Folks, it's been a hot minute since I've done some lures. Last time I built a lure on video was the SpongeBob popper. And in all reality, when I built that was about 8 months ago. So it's been a while since I've recorded a whole lure build. So, today, folder of secrets, folder of many a blueprint. I guess it's a white print, but whatever. Tempted to build that one for pike fishing, but that's not today's video. I can't find the blueprint. It must be on my drawing pad. Guess I didn't print it out yet. That was going to be a video. It didn't make it into post-production, I guess it is. I was tempted, actually, to build one of these. I'll show you the one that I made. I already built one. I made this thing. Probably my favorite lure to date. Not a video, of course, because I always make my favorite lures off camera. I was tempted to do one of those, but in a brown trout pattern. But instead, I've decided I'll go get my pad. Got it. I draw a lot of fishing lures. That's what I do with my free time, instead of doing school, because I'm a genius. Got quite the wide variety of baits to choose from here. We got a lot. And what we're doing today is on this page. So I've decided we're doing the spinnerback lipless crank. Chunky boy. How big is it? 4 inches. Pretty big. Pretty large. So we're doing that one. Yeah, I need to go print that out. Let's get it glued up on a piece of basswood. Tempted to use poplar, but I think I have a perfect piece of basswood for this. I do not have the perfect piece of basswood. Whoa, my voice. I have this piece of basswood, so I'm going to have to cut this down to about a little bit less than 2 inches, because 2 inches is too thick. We're milling stuff this video. Watch this. That should suffice. Is it plugged in? Oh. There we go. Square this up. That's not a big enough clamp. I'm missing stuff. It's been 3 weeks since I've built a lure and I'm missing stuff. What the heck's going on, man? Oh, here it is. Let's see, how does it fit? It's nearly too small of a piece. I think it is slightly too small of a piece. I cut it too short. Oh no, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Chamfers and stuff. All right, I'm excited for this carving session because boom, new knife. The dolphin style shark knife. One thing I am a little bit bummed about is this blockiness back here. This does not have any blockage. It's just kind of comfy. but I'm giving it a chance. It's a little bit weird, but I like the shape of the handle a lot more, and I also prefer the how sturdy the blade is in there. Blocked out. Figure out what I'm doing with these eyes and the gill plate, and then pardon me, carve gills. Well, actually, sand first. Also, I heard you guys last video for the SpongeBob popper. Apparently, sanding is a big part. So yes, I will be showing sanding from now on. Starting with 150 grit all the way up to 150 grit until I carve till I carve the gills. Now I'm second guessing myself. I think I'm actually going to start by drilling eye sockets. That. And then we'll sand. 5mm eye sockets. Pretty deep. I don't know why, but I want to do deep eye sockets on this one. You can tell when you have a dull bit because it'll like squish out like that. So I'm going to buy myself a new one here sometime pretty quick. 150 grit sanding. You like this? Sanded 150, so it's still very rough, but it's a lot smoother than it was. Gills. Gills. That was dumb. Now for the fun part. Time to sand again. 120, I think. All right, we're doing lead holes now. So something like that. Hook hanger, lead hole, lead hole. I might do another small one here. But first, we're gonna seal using polyacrylic. Prior to pouring lead. I didn't even think about how much lead I'm gonna have to put into this stupid thing. It's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna have to do some big holes. It's a chunky bait, and I'm gonna the smallest hole, which is gonna be center of gravity, is probably gonna have to be this 1/4 inch. I used to think it's 1/4 inch. I don't know. I never know which size it is. It's annoying. 1/2 inch in the front. So this is gonna be a heavy boy. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Hold on, I'm missing one. There's got to be an in-between between this one and that one, right? I gotta go find it. Hold on. I knew I had one. That's the right size. That's the size I was wanting to put in both spots, but the first ship has sailed. Should I just... Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hold on, let me grab my pad. Oh, that's way too deep. Holy smokes. That goes clear up to here. Well, I'll fill it however far it needs to be filled, and then I guess that's better than nothing. I forgot to poke the hole in the back for the spinner blade. It's just going to be on a swivel. I think it should stabilize the bait if it does try to be like one of those crappy actions, because I have done lipless cranks like this with like a nubbin in the front over the eye, and they very seldom work. I've had them work before, but it's hard to get them to do their thing correctly. So I hope this one doesn't go to crap. We are using 0.41 wire, 0.41 inch wire as the screw wires. I'm scared. I hope this thing works well. I'm gonna use it pike fishing. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but we got a big video coming out after this one. It is currently Wednesday, the 11th, and I'm hoping to have the big video out sometime later next week. I'm sitting here putting in hardware, and I'm realizing how funny of a bait would that be with everything way far away from it. I might have to do that as a video next time. My voice is dead. What is going on? Hello, hello, hello. Testing, 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 testing! Good forbid. That's my favorite part. Straight as I can get it. My shop is, I've cleaned it, but it immediately turned into a mess again right after I finished cleaning it. And then I started filming the video. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Dip. Oh, I need a drippy thingy. No mounds on my watch. Alright, it's been 3 hours. And it's perfect. It's perfectly good. Now I can wear it as a pinky ring. Okay, sanding. Wait, who am I kidding? I gotta pour lead first. Gotta pour lead and test first, and then we can start sanding. In the meantime, while we wait for that to heat up, we're gonna turn this into a very long screw wire. And then we're gonna shove it in the bait temporarily whilst testing the bait, so that way we can see if it does need tweaked by at all. And I think I'm just gonna do a simple, just like a pop out from the bait instead of like out and then like, I think it's just gonna be straight out of the bait, just diagonal. I want it about there. So that means we cut off about ½ an inch. Or maybe an inch. Well, I was gonna do something funny, but it failed me. Got it a lot shorter. That's about where I want it, and then I'll bend it like that. Perfect. Excellent. Flawless even, maybe. I don't know about flawless. Oh, I was gonna just put it direct. I was gonna put the swivel direct onto here without a split ring. Darn. Okay, you know what? That's fine. We're fine. Give me a moment. I need to find my split rings. And then I need a barrel swivel. Barrel swivel. Take the smallest split ring we can. Get that on there. Get the tiny split ring hooked onto this deal. Okay. I have a tiny split ring attached to a tiny swivel. Now I need to find a less tiny blade. Alright, less tiny spinner blade. I nearly forgot this was a spinner crankbait thing. In the end, we have this. Okay, lead's hot. Let's pour it. That'll do. Okay, that's really heavy. If that doesn't sink, I'm gonna be so confused. Namely impressed, but confused mostly. Holy smokes, nobody's been putting chemicals in this. The water's gone green. What on earth? How does it float? And why? Whoa, what was that? I can't understand what's going on with this thing. It's got a really wide crank, And then that spinner kicks in and it's like, it just turns into like a spinnerbait. Ooh, I don't like that. It's supposed to sink, but it doesn't. Also, this water is concerning me. I'm gonna try a smaller spinner blade. And I'm gonna drill another lead hole. Okay, this time we got a smaller willow leaf blade on there. Sinks now. I added some more lead. What the? So it hunts. I don't know if you saw that, but like hunts, does a wide action, not a normal crankbait action. I don't know if you can see anything with this horrifically dirty pool. Holy smokes. Okay, so good news. I got it to work with the small blade. That one, the willow blade. Bad news. My hot tub looks like somebody opened it and dumped a bunch of seeds in it. I don't know how that happened. The sealer didn't hold up, so now that I know that this cannot be painted tonight. This is gonna have to dry out overnight. This has been a very eventful episode, I guess. Jeez. I'm glad this will work. I'll see you tomorrow where I figure out what the heck I'm gonna paint this thing. Humpback spinner back, lipless crank is coming along. Terrifying. It's going very scary. It's freaking me out, man. See you in the morning. Get hypnotized, loser. We got a storm coming in, folks. Sun's there. Big storm cloud is over. Whoa, that's a big garter snake. That thing's huge. Hey, bud. Don't bite me. Where's it? Whoa, that was... Where'd he go? What the heck? He done disappeared. Whoa, anyway. Storm's over there. But we do have a little bit of sun going on. So I'm gonna get this thing sealed. ASAPity. I also want to show off my new bait that I was working on last night. Pretty good, little jerk bait. Insert circle lip, of course, with the new Dremel. Works relatively well, needs some tweaking. This thing, the video's sake, difficult. I think I'm just gonna fill these lead holes and then start painting. All right, let's grind this stuff off. The Dremel. All right, so there's a hole in this right there. There's a bubble, a big bubble. Unfortunately sized bubble, actually. Dang it, there's no sun. I have to go find my flashlight. I have to put more there and then sand it back down. Ta-da. Now I gotta go find my flashlight. All done, set up. Now I just need to sand this thing all the way down to 400. Why is my voice so dead today? Jeez. Starting with 220. All right, starting with white. So far so good. The carvings look good. Airbrush sprayed a little bit weird, but that's fine. I can clean it out a little bit better. It has been over a month since I've used it, so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to paint this thing. I'm kind of tempted to go kind of same as this one, more or less. The shad color. I have a couple pictures on my phone that I also wouldn't mind trying. Figured out what we're doing for this bait. In the past, I did a little jerk bait, this little guy. And I don't know what that is, but I really like it, and that's what I'm going to do. Except I'm going to have something going on with the gills. Probably pretty bright, like a... What is this? It's yellows, and there's a little bit of green in it actually. Right there, above the yellow. I don't know, I'll figure something else out for the gills. I think it should look pretty cool. Okay. Light yellow. Gloss TM. On the belly. Excellent. Alright, next color going on is turquoise. Along the center-ish line, like right there-ish. Pretty dense, I think. My voice is repeatedly dying this video. This is a mixture of violet pansy and flamenco red. So it's a little bit more of a reddish purple. And that's going to be going on the top. Base coat complete. Clear coat. We're doing black and gold flake. Pretty dense. All right, let's get this thing setting. It's done, but it took over an hour. Looks pretty good with all the black flake and stuff. Flamenco red on the top. Very much on the top. That looks good. I'm very happy with that. Does have that purple still. I'm making the green a little bit more vibrant in this one. Okay, masking fluid now. Alright, continuing with black. Spots on a stencil. This stencil, more specifically, just everywhere. Starting on the scales with antique copper on the top, on the red area. Continuing with pearl white on the belly. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited. Whoa! It doesn't look that much different. It just has the flashy scales on it. You know what time that is, though? De-masking fluid. I'm excited to see how this turns out because I'm having a hard time with the masking fluid this time around. And I can't find my tweezers. Aw. I have to do it with my pokey thing. That's exactly what I was looking for. Something very bright. Not very, fit in with the rest of the paint scheme. That pink came through perfectly. I like it a lot. Whew, this thing looks so crazy. I don't know what to think. I'm gonna take black. Some smallmouth bass-esque lines. Also, I'm gonna make the lip black. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. That's good. It's very good. That looks pretty good to me. Now I'm gonna let this dry for a moment, and maybe I'll clear coat tomorrow morning, because it is going to be really poor clear coating right now. Okay, I need black on the back and a fin. Okay, gotta get the glass eyes out. I bought some glass eyes, and it's gonna take me ages to find the one I want, but I'm wanting something very bright yellow, I think. No, we're going green and blue. No, it needs to be vertical. The pupil needs to be vertical. Get in there. That thing's a tight fit. And then this eye, I think I might have to drill the hole again. It's kind of weird looking. Excellent. Whoa, that thing's scary. But that is interesting, I guess. All right, we officially have it put together. It just needs a clear coat, and then we're good. I really like how those scales turned out, actually. The little bit of copper on the top, and then it goes to pearl white. That blue, actually, I thought I was gonna not like that vivid of the blue, but it's pretty good. It's pretty dang good. It's not my favorite bait I've ever made, but these eyes, these glass eyes, really give it a pop that I really like. So, the sun came out for a bit, and I got to test it. Without the hooks, it floated, weirdly enough. But I've put the hooks on now, and it's got a pretty slow sink. It was also that same very wide action prior to putting hooks on it, but now it's got a super tight, like exactly what I wanted from this bait. With that spinner on it. When I first tested it without the hooks, it like my confidence dipped. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to catch any fish on this. All right, folks. So far so good. Next video I'll fish this. I'll also fish this tomorrow. I might see you tomorrow. Maybe, but it depends on what I'm able to bring. I'm trying to give you a hint, but any hint is just, you know exactly what it is immediately. Kayak 1-up. That's what your hint is. This thing scared the heck out of me. I was worried it wasn't going to work, and I was going to be like, oh, well, this isn't going to be that great of a video, blah, 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 blah. Before and after. And my brother's being loud, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Gloss TM, because I'm a genius. Watch this. What the heck's going on, man? You like this? Oh, it's not going to fit. I'm scared. Testing! Get hypnotized, loser.